Hey, so following on from the last video I did on gardening and having Slack gardeners who are responsible for kind of making sure that people are doing the right stuff in Slack and are using Slack well and giving advice to people. Sometimes that can be kind of repetitive work, right? There are certain things that in certain organizations people are still really learning and aren't great at. Certainly using threads well is one of them. But there's a whole bunch of other things which it can sometimes feel bad if one or two people who are acting as Slack gardeners or who feel particularly strongly about using threads, for instance, if it's always those guys who are like, hey, would you mind doing X, please? Hey, would you mind doing X, please? It can sometimes feel like they're becoming the Slack police rather than Slack gardeners. And one way, I guess, that we could maybe try to make that feel less bad is by, instead of having them sharing a piece of information and some guidance and rules, is to have a robot do that instead. And Slack comes with a robot called Slackbot. Now, I saw this comment on a public Slack the other day, which was somebody posting using an @channel mention. And this channel had 11,000 people in it, so I saw it because my phone buzzed, right? And clearly sending a push notification to 11,000 people when the contents of the message isn't really that important isn't a great thing to do. But probably it's because this person didn't realize that they shouldn't do that. And so the folks in this Slack have set up a Slack bot so that if someone replies with this particular phrase here, oops, Slackbot will come in and send its response, which is like a canned response that says, hey, here's some advice, and maybe it links out to videos or whatever else it is. And this is great because it means that whoever wants to kind of send this message doesn't have to type out the whole thing. It'll be consistent. It'll have the right resources in it to help people learn not to use @channel mentions or whatever. But it also probably just feels a bit better, right? Like, if this was me, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm basically getting told off by Slackbot, not by this person here. So, we've used a few of these. This one is about using whole posts. So I did a Loom video on posting whole thoughts as one message. And this is the same kind of response. So the prefix that we decided on was SB for Slackbot. And then basically there's a bunch of other things afterwards, SB dash whatever. And so if anyone types SB dash whole, Slackbot will immediately reply in the thread or main thread where you're posting with this message, which basically says it's a good idea to post whole thoughts. Here's how to do it. And if you want some more information, here it is. Here's a video. And to set this up, it's not that complicated. All you need to do is go to your Slackbot settings, which are under Customize It. Decide on your convention, whatever that kind of prefix is going to be, and then stick your messages in here. We've only got this one in here at the moment, but yeah, you could stick out a whole bunch of other things. There's an infinite number of uses I can think of for this. So yeah, that's maybe helpful. Have Slackbot tick people off a little bit and offer advice rather than having your Slack gardeners or moderators do it.